morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Who's here? Andy, dirty old man, Brock, Tommy J, Wowie, Nikki. How are you? Who else? Everybody. Hello, everybody. Anyway, sorry about that. I had a little. Well, it was kind of a lie. Half. I did have a little problem with the internet, but I wasn't done eating my scrambled
Haha.
and potatoes. That
Cheater. Can't eat. Can't
I
eat.
know. But
Hello, everyone.
yeah. What else was I going to say? Let me see. Um, anyway, health is good, as I usually start things with. House is, we're going to go over there this afternoon. We got to go get some gas.
Breakfast.
Sushi, meat on the
No.
stove, fruit,
Watermelon.
watermelon. Uh, hey, Ralph, how you doing? Hey,
You put
Joe.
on my.
Um, and how you doing, Nikki? What do you? It's late, right? Did I read earlier something about you were cooking or something? Are you doing one of your things at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something? Oh, steak and brownies gotta be. I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm going to try your that shepherd's pie you did. I'm gonna try making that. I can't wait to get into the new house because then I got my own kitchen. I kind of have my own kitchen here. I took one of the bedrooms downstairs and made a little, put a table in there and a refrigerator and stuff like that. But it's still, I can't wait to get over to the new house. I do like to cook, so I'll get over there and I'll make it. Maybe I'll make a video out of it. You never know. Send it to Nikki. 3:10 a.m. You're a lunatic. What you want me to cook next? Anything. I like everything and anything. Now I heard that the big news yesterday was UK has taken Thailand off the red list, right? Does that make anybody want to come here or going to get here that wanted to come? Hey, what's happening, Gary? How are you? Yeah, that was good to see that. And then I know that they've shortened everything down to, I think, 7 days now on the queues. And I think it's a matter of time when they're just going to get rid of it. It's just going to be nothing. You're just going to have to be stuck twice. And they've already invited everybody, I believe. That wasn't, and again, check with the government on anything that I say because it's only hearsay, anything that comes out of my mouth. But unless I state that I did pick it up off the government site. But it's, I think they said that anybody can come in from any country now. They're letting any country come in as long as they've been vaccinated and have both shots. And I think a test when they get to the airport. And then whatever the airports or the airlines are requiring and everything that I've seen, they're requiring one either 48 or 72 hours before your flight. So should be fairly easy. I know Tom was in here earlier, Thailand Digital Nomad, and he's doing a little cruising deal. I think he was in Chiang Mai or Chiang Rai, and he said it's been smooth sailing around. No one stopped him. No nothing. No, he's having a good time. And he posts a lot on Facebook. If you guys are friends with him on Facebook, so I guess it's back to traveling. I know I watched Patty Doyle, and there was some guy on there, an idiot, that said, "Oh, you're not even supposed to be traveling around," because the one that I saw on Patty, he went up, excuse me, up into the mountains. I don't know if you've seen his latest one, and the people in the village were kind of standoffish. They hadn't seen a white face in 2 years probably, and then somebody was giving him shit about traveling around, and I don't know, it was stupid. Thank God somebody deleted it. Probably Patty. It was a premiere thing. But anyway, I think it's time to come to Thailand and start having some fun. I don't see any reason why not to come, especially in 7. And like I told you, I thought October 1st, 15th, and November 1st, there were going to be big changes on those three dates in my mind. And it looks like it's heading that way. Mark, how you doing? Oh, sunny rain. What is that? Still locked down. God, Andy stops commenting. You're still in lockdown. I think most everybody was live and bring on Dave. What did I miss? I guess I'm all caught up. I saw Mark living the dream. And I didn't put up. I'll put up in case Brock or anybody wants to come on. Let me put up the link. We had a good stream last time. I liked it, except for the end. There was a couple of anyway, it was good.
Hey, John. Just testing my mic here. Does it work?
Hey, Johnny. Yeah, it works. You're doing good. You were saying hello to Johnny.
I'm just saying hi to everybody. It's easier than interrupting you.
Hey, Paul D. How you doing, man? And Cobus is here too. You're saying hi to Cobus.
You know what I heard, Dave?
Huh?
I heard that how do I say this without being never mind. I shouldn't say it.
Oh, here, Mark's here.
I read that Dave's channel was great until that Mitch guy took over.
That was in the comments. That was in the what's his name?
Yeah, we don't say yeah. What's his name is?
What's his name? Yeah, what's his name?
I thought
it was pretty funny. Hey, Mark, what's up?
Some of this stuff is just hilarious.
It is.
Good morning, all. Good morning, all. So
Mark,
many to say
good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming on
Mr. Mitch, Dave,
taking up some time there.
Yeah, Mark is he's a celebrity. He's on everybody's channel. I went on Waz's the other day. He was there. Everybody was on. That was a good. That was a good deal too. I like that guy anyway. I'd like to meet up with him. And have a beer someday. Yeah.
He's
I'll definitely be seeing Waza.
Yeah, he sent me all the forms.
Oh, now I know what's happening. So let me fix this. I paused.
I have updated my my YouTube channel for all my 16 subscribers. So there is an update in the description there. So come along and join in.
That's right. Why not? But it was a good stream. He seems like a really good guy. I'd like to run into him. He's just the other side coming from Pattaya, or where you are, Rayong. He'd be the other side of Bangkok.
So 30 minutes on the west side of the CBD of
so
Bangkok.
He's got to be fairly close to where that what I always forget his name.
Johnny.
The
Thailand
Smiles.
Land of Smiles. I'm not sure where Simon is. I'm not sure.
I got the impression that he was right around the bend, going that way from Bangkok down towards Hua Hin. He was right around the corner from Bangkok.
Okay,
I got that impression.
If Robert Mack comes on, Robert Mack's been and stayed at Simon's Land of Smiles place. So Robert Mack, hopefully he'll come on and he'll be able to tell us exactly. But I always thought he was. I thought he was a little bit up country somewhere. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it might be.
Gator Jake, Go Hopping, Dirty Old Man, TJ.
I didn't see Go. I just saw because he said Simon and Mem, and but I didn't see. Is Gator here? I didn't see him. Is he here?
Yeah, Gator.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
hey, Jake.
Gator's here.
How you doing? But I'm wrapped up in college football right now. Is that really a sport? I never liked that. I only liked watching football when I was betting on it, and I haven't bet on it in a long time. And college was just, well, how do you get? Well, the spread it's 60 points. It's like, how can you bet on something that's the spread's 60 points on a college football game? I try to stay away from them, but it is fun to watch. I will say that, Gator.
So Go Hoppings just said Simon was down towards Chan Am, which is a fair bit out of Bangkok. So
because that's almost down to Hua Hin, right?
Yeah,
that's almost to Hua Hin. Yeah.
Okay. So
he's down further.
Yeah.
Because I know that I thought that he said he was only like 30 minutes from Bangkok.
Yeah,
I thought, but I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
I'm talking about
30 minutes.
Yeah,
but
I
Simon, I don't know.
I thought I remember him saying because he had offered the rental bikes and the car, like taxi drives and stuff like that. I thought that's what he said. Maybe he said an hour. It could have been an hour. Excuse me. But so I don't know. It's all looking good to me from what I've seen, and what I like about
discussion.
some of the other channels. Like I said, they're all on don't come. Oh, it's such a horrible. It's not a good time to come. Bullshit. It's a great time to come to Thailand as far as I'm concerned, especially when everything's dropping off. Now the infection rates are kind of fluctuating. I know they went down below 10,000, then they creep back up again in the last couple of days. I don't know what they're at today, but I know that the people that have passed away has dropped below 100. So I know that it's all heading the right way is what I'm saying. And I would say, come. I don't see any reason why not, especially if you're on a 7-day queue. Go ahead, Mark. Yes.
And I was going to say, Go Hopping's just clarified that Chan Am is about equally south of Bangkok, that Pattaya is south of Bangkok. So
okay.
Pattaya is an hour. So Chan Am must be about an hour the other side.
And that's probably what Simon said. He probably said an hour, and I thought an half hour. But I did want to go over there. I mean, I feel that's one guy, man, I really feel for. I mean, he would have had the whole. Oh, Brock's here. I didn't see you. Sorry, Brock. There you go. I felt he was one guy that I felt really bad for, because he would have had pretty much the world by the cojones. If everything wouldn't have went without the pandemic, because I mean he was already fully booked, and I just feel bad for the guy, and he took all his stuff and put it in there with the hopes of everything going, which if we wouldn't have got the virus, he would have been on top of the world.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, and he's talking like 2 years. It's like, my God, I just can't see that. I mean, I don't know his situation, but if everybody starts traveling within the next 6 months, I mean, I would think he could get fully booked up in a heartbeat in 5 minutes if he went live and told everybody. Because I know if he needed help, I'd say, okay, I'll come for 3 days. I don't give a shit, or a week. I'll book for a week. But I guess we'll see what happens.
I think there's still going to be a little bit of trepidation from every country leaving their borders a little bit, because the situation's so fluid. And it's a case of chicken or the egg. So the businesses open up without the tourists, or the tourists come when the businesses are not quite, while they're gearing up. So I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I saw that right before I went on, I was looking at that. What is his name? Nick, NDIV, whatever. He was doing five bars that were ready to go. I mean, these people aren't getting ready to go because they're not going to open.
No,
I mean, they know something. They know something. So, like I said, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be November 1st. I think the bars will, and maybe they'll let some in the next 5-6 days. Maybe some smaller venues. Maybe so many people. I don't know. Maybe they'll break it down. But I know we haven't heard exactly. But like I said, those people don't go in there and start pouring a crap load of money into their bars with the intention of not opening. It just doesn't. It's not. They're not doing it for nothing, I guess, is what I'm saying.
So
hey, Paul A.
Paul A's just asked if Johnny Siam is Aussie. So Johnny Siam is as Aussie as you can get, and Johnny Siam is not a millennial Aussie. Johnny Siam is very, very much old school Aussie. Very much old school Aussie.
Yeah, so, I'd agree with that.
He's pretty fair dinkum, mate. He's pretty fair dinkum.
Let's see, Paul. Yes, from lockdown capital of the world. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. But like I said, I don't know. Only what I've heard is 7 days, and they're talking about if you fly into, and I don't know all. Again, check with everything. If you fly into Phuket, you can go from Phuket to Krabi, and do your 7 days in Krabi as a sandbox. And of course Samui and whatever else they have open. But my main interest would have been Krabi. If I would have, in fact, now that I know that Krabi's semi-league going to be open, I'm going to. She's got to use. My wife has to use her vacation up, and we haven't used any until when I go within the next month to Pattaya. We have to. She has to use up 3 weeks before January, or she loses it. So I think maybe what I'll talk to her is maybe me and her will take 1 week trip in November, and we'll use that. And I do have that link. I sent it to Mark. I don't know how to get it to anybody, but if anybody wants to go through my email, and I'll try to look. Sometimes I don't see my email, and want me to send them the link for that. If you have a Thai partner,
it's for Thai. It's for Thai nationals only.
Yeah, so. For the traveling and getting the food reimbursement and that kind of stuff, I have the link. My wife gave it to me. So if you want to either get a hold of me on Messenger through Facebook, I should probably do that. Tie all that stuff into the channel. I just not that savvy.
I think every Thai person has that app on their phone because the government is subsidizing. So. It's a 50-50 deal with the majority of retailers for food, some clothing items, some essential services. And then, so we had a good look at the app the other day when you sent it through. She said, yeah, I've got that. So here, this is how I pay for pizza. So
Johnny just popped into the room, but Johnny, I have a thing where I cannot have more than 2 Aussies on the panel at any one time. I can't have 3 because then you guys will come after me and attack me from the Aussie side. How you doing, Johnny?
I think you're pretty safe.
You think I'm safe? Okay. I am an honorary Aussie, I think, supposedly. But so I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to do a big one. I think I'm going to try Krabby, and then in December, I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll try to do another one in December, maybe a family one. Maybe we'll go to Koh Chang or something. But it all takes money, and I'm trying to dump every penny that I get into that flipping house. And I'd like to be done with that. Although it is getting close. They set the toilets and the showers and the granite countertops went in, or in the bathroom. They're doing the island in the kitchen and the countertop in the kitchen, which means that the other brother can start the 65,000 baht cabinets and put all those in. So it's getting there. It's just driving me nuts. I was supposed to be in there 2 months ago, and I'm an American. So I'm not used to them saying, oh, well, it's going to be done on Friday. And then 2.5 months from now, oh, yeah, it ought to be done any day. And then another 3 months.
They didn't say which Friday.
Yeah, exactly. But it's getting there. So I got some pictures, and I might do a little 1-minute short video on some of the stuff, because the stairs that they did, and if you're friends with me on Facebook or whatever, you can see the stairs. They came out awesome, and the floors are pretty much done now. So it's getting there. I just would like it to be done. I want to move. Hey, is Paul D here? I didn't see him.
I haven't seen that, Dave. I'd love to see how the stairs actually come out. And
they were supposed to do that gray tile that I had on the bottom. I was going to put next to the white marble type tile that's going up the stairs, and it's just a little strip about yay far much on each side. And when we went there 2 days ago, I had to call my wife. Hey, honey, you better get over here. And they were just putting it in, and they were the brother had bought black to put next to the white, that 4 inches on each side. And the guy had already done like 6 or 8 steps. And I go, and she goes, well, what do you think? I said, I actually like it. So we left it black instead of the gray, but it looks good. I'll post a little one of those one minute deals, because I've got enough footage from today and from the couple of days ago to post a little short. And then I'm hoping maybe by the weekend or something, they'll have air conditioners going in, windows starting to go in. So it'll be a lot more. I want to make sure that there's plenty for people to see, but it is coming along. It does look nice. I can't wait to get in.
Well, let's go. What about the pool out the back, Dave? Have they started on the plunge pool?
No, what it is my brother, and the way that I'm building the pool and the pond, I'm building very close to the lines and stuff. And my brother doesn't want me to start either one of those until he gets a sign off that all the work on the house, and we have the house number and everything, and we're moved in. Then he said, you can do whatever you want. So I said, okay, I'll do that. So I won't start those until we actually move in. And I've already got a crew they're ready. They know basically what I want and how to build it, because it's just going to be a basic bottom slab, and then a block walls, and both the pond and that will be the same, except the pool, of course, they'll both get rendered smooth, and then the pool I'm going to paint with an epoxy paint and then tile over that so it's sealed good, and so it should be fairly easy. And they know what they want to do, so what I want to do. So it should go fairly quick. I'm going to say 2 months. So if I can get in there, I'm hoping in November now. I would say by February I'll be done, and then we'll have a big house party and wedding and all that stuff in one. So it should be fun.
Because you've got the fish at the other house that you'll have to relocate once.
Yeah, and they've been in those above ground pools for over 2 years now, and I lost half of them. What was it, about a month ago or whatever, because of the chlorine, which they never put in the water. And they put the chlorine in there. I lost a bunch of water. And like I normally do, I just throw the hose in there and fill it up. And it was down to maybe only about 6 inches of water, and filled it up. And I guess that water took me about an hour and a half to figure out that there was a crap load of chlorine in it. And by the time the problem here is, if you're getting water from the city, now my house, I'll have the well, and that's the water I'll use for the pond. If the city still has the chlorine in the water, I was trying, as the fish were dying, and they were big fish. I had my wife on the phone trying to get a truck there with 4,000 liters of water, because otherwise, if you're on city water, where are you going to get water for the fish? You have to get it buy it. And then you have to buy it in hopes that it doesn't have any chlorine in it. So it was a mishap, and it cost me half my fish, which I had for 2.5 years. But I'll just move that. I've got 2 of those pools. I'll move one pool over there, get the water in it, get 4 or 5 fish about a week before I move, and some filtration going. And then I'll put the one bin I have, 4 foot by 4 foot, those water totes. I forget what they call them. Something bin, I don't know. I fill that up half with water, put all the fish in that in the back of the truck, drive it over to the house, and then take them out one by one and put them in. And I didn't lose any fish last time when I moved. Some of them, they're really weird. If you net one fish and they're fine, you net another fish and the fish will start bleeding from the gills, and for no reason except that they're stressed and they're being moved. Not that they were actually hurt in any way, but I had a couple of those, but they healed right up. I hadn't lost any fish up until then.
Yeah, I found out the same as you. Chlorine burns their lungs and burns their gills, and I did a little small top up of a pond I used to have, and it must have been a day they were dosing up the local area, because there's always a little bit, but I was only adding about probably 60 litres of water to the pond.
Right.
And it must have been a day they were dosing up the pipes or whatever they were doing, and I went back out, and then just dead fish everywhere.
When I put the one in, I'm gonna like I said, mainly feed it off of all the tests and everything that I've done on the water coming up out of the well is good. The mineral content's kind of high, but it's not salt. It's not. It's from what I can see, good water. So what I'll do is maybe in the next 3 weeks, I'll maybe take a 55-gallon drum over there with a little filter and maybe an air pump, and put it there, and put maybe three 6-inch fish in there, and see how they acclimate to the water and the pH and everything. And somebody asked, I think it was Dirty Old Man, isn't there stuff to take? Yeah, there is stuff to take chlorine out of the water. I've never had to use it, although I did have some. The problem was, immediately when I saw that the fish were acting weird, which I saw immediately, or actually they called me. I wasn't doing a live stream. I went down there, looked at them, and said something ain't right. I immediately tested the water, but I tested it for all the, for ammonia, nitrite, nitrate, all the givens, KH, and I didn't get to chlorine until after about 6 or 7 of them had died already. Then I'm thinking, well, they haven't in 2.5 years, but maybe they put flipping chlorine in the water. And sure enough, there was a crap load of chlorine in the water. So I did dump in the little bit that I had in there, and that seemed to help and pretty much stop it. But I still, I lost 15, 18 fish, and all big fish. The bigger ones went first. It affected them the worst. So now, and when I get over to the other house, when I do build the pond, it'll all be kind of state of the art. There'll be a trickling system. I'll be using that. What's that? What was that? I thought I heard somebody say something.
Saying
either that or
put in a holding tank for your fish water. And
what basically, depending if it
fresh air through it and clean it out before you put it in your tanks.
What I used to do is I had a reservoir, and I would run air into there and gas the chlorine off. That's fine if it's chlorine. If it's chloramine won't gas off. Yeah. You have to use a filter to get the chloramine out. So what would be the smart thing to do is just put in a filtration system coming both from whether it's pond, whether it's well water or city water, and that's probably what I'll do. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a trickle in, so there'll be so many liters, will go in every day and constantly cycling that water in there. Not very much. I'll still do water changes every 2 weeks or so, probably. Maybe every week in the beginning. But I still don't know how I'm going to treat it either. They treat it here when they're doing for tilapia and all their other fish, and koi too, with banana leaves and stalks and trunks, and they throw that in the water and they fill it up, and then they let it go.
I think
whatever's in the deal, it neutralizes the concrete where it's smooth coated, and it when you start seeing little signs of life in there, or bugs, you go ahead and you wash it out, and it's ready to go, because they figure, I guess, if the little bugs and shit are living in there, it's okay for koi. So I'm going to try that. I think there are some other stuffs on the market. I don't want a fiberglass. It's just too damn expensive. But I think I will do that. There's that one place that I did in my video, the supply store for the koi food that had the koi there. That's what they did. Theirs was all concrete and rendered, and did it. And they've got a bunch of big koi in there. Nice looking fish too. I'll probably end up buying a couple from them. But I'm looking forward to that. So I got to move. There's some things I've got to do, but I want him to get to the point where he's got everything graded, so I know where the grade's going to be in my yard, so that I can do a bunch of stuff. First, shoot where the top of the pool and where the top of the pond is going to be, because the pool's only going to be maybe 12 inches above grade, but the actual koi pond is going to be a meter above grade and a meter below grade. So it'll be over 2 meters deep, but it'll be a meter above the grade. So once he gets that shot, then I can decide, because there's other stuff that I got to do in the yard too. So we'll see what happens, but it should turn out okay, I hope. But I want him to get it done so I can get started, especially on the pool. See, I'm covering everything. The koi pond will be covered. The plunge pool will be covered, because I don't want to go out there and roast in the afternoon heat if I get in the pool. Besides, I'll just burn. I'm white as hell. I'll burn to a crisp. What did I miss? Anything in the?
I've got our first Thai lesson on this show this is for Nikki. So Nikki, she already knows, but we'll go through zero. Zero in Thai is sun, nung, song, sam, si, ha, That's where
I know
comes from. 5.
I know ha.
5, 5,
Hey,
5.
Robert Mack, how you
So
doing?
that's how you work. Robert Mack.
What were we going to ask Robert Mack when you said earlier if Robert Mack comes in?
But I think Go Hopping answered it. So I was going to ask Robert Mack because Robert Mack stayed at Land of Smiles.
Oh, at the place. That's
resort.
right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we were wanting to know how far of a drive was it from Bangkok to Land of Smiles resort. Ha ha ha.
No, look, Nikki. The first time I came to Thailand, and I started, found a girl, and then she's going at me 555. I'm going.
Yeah, what's that?
What the hell's that?
Exactly. I did the same. So yeah, don't feel like a lone wolf.
I can remember when my boss once said to me, Mark, you need to go to the storeroom and get a left-handed screwdriver. I went to the storeroom and I asked the storeman for a left-handed screwdriver and a can of grinding sparks. And I stood there for about 15, 20 minutes. So
Thai lesson with Mark. Yeah, that's going to be one of his first things on the channel. With his subscribers.
Yeah, that's right.
What,
look at that, Johnny.
Now, what is this?
All the old king number 9.
Ah.
Johnny's got his microphone muted.
I know. Is he got it? Is he muted?
So
yeah, he is muted. Let me see if I can.
I can lip read. So that there is the different denominations in Thai. And what I've done is I've had them framed. And you can see there's all the pretty colors of the rainbow.
You know who had everybody's money, I think, is way better than the Americans' money. But the most colorful money, I don't know if you've ever seen Costa Rica's money is the most beautiful money you'll ever see in the world.
Oh, really?
It's gorgeous. Yeah, gorgeous. I have a picture of it in my phone. And I don't know what the hell I did with my phone. I got to find it.
I think Johnny, with all that money, was trying to crack onto my girlfriend. That's what Johnny was doing. He was using
could be
subliminal messages within the dollar to try to crack onto my girlfriend.
Hey, Johnny, can you hear us? You have to unmute your mic. Your mic is muted. It won't let me.
Oh.
It won't let me. There you go. Mark's laughing.
Oh, sorry,
I'm glad the Aussie's the one that's laughing at you. The Aussie's the one.
Basically, Mark's trying to say I can count. As long as you're not colourblind, I think the other way around's easier.
So we didn't really hear exactly what you were doing with the money, but Mark made a guess.
Yeah, basically, instead of worrying about the counting, just get used to colours and have a night time. The difference between, like I say, the 100 and the 500. That's where a lot of bars make their money.
Yeah, the 500's more on the purplish side or
yeah, that's the purpley, yeah.
Purple, yeah. I thought, like I said, the most beautiful money that I've ever seen is Costa Rica's. If you ever get a chance, Google Costa Rica money, and you'll see they got like a shark. This artwork is phenomenal on their bills. I enjoyed their money. But like I said, I think I don't think I've seen UK money ever. I don't think I've seen. I got to go on Google and look at that. I don't see UK. What's Australian money look like?
Australian money's fairly colourful. So we have. We used to have a white $100 bill. Now it's green, and I haven't seen one of those in 50 years. We have a what we call a lobster, which is a $50 bill, which is orange.
Hang on.
Johnny's got the cash.
Johnny's going to show
you. All right. Okay. We'll show you. That's an Australian 100.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've never seen one of those. I've never seen one.
All right. The next denomination we have is the 50.
Everybody's money is way better looking than America's.
So yellow used to be orange once upon a time. No, we haven't got a
Then we have-
500. Hundreds of the top. Go.
Then we have a 20.
20.
All right. I'll tell you, when I was last time over 2 years ago, I was in the United States, but before I moved here, I never carried any money. Very little money. I'm a fiver.
I haven't got a 10. But
So there's a 10, a 5, and what's the lowest bill? 5 or
5.
2?
that's 5's the lowest bill. Then you go into coin.
coins.
Gold coins. But get this, Dave. The $2 coin is smaller than the $1 coin.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's
That's for people.
made of different material.
No, same material.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's because people who get, who are blind or deficient,
Well, ours is kind of that way with our penny is bigger than our dime. And the nickel is bigger than the dime. And, so I guess kind of that way. But like I said, I'd usually keep $20 in my wallet or something just in case. But the last 10 years in the United States, I use my card for everything, my bank card, not my credit card, but my bank card. Yeah, you just swipe it. Because you know what? It was really weird. It was really sad, actually. In LA, when I was younger, a lot of the guys that were working HVAC and air conditioning and stuff like that, we were maybe middle class, but usually below that. And, our wives or whatever would give us $4 or something. That was our budget for eating lunch or whatever the case may be, or they would give you lunch. Well, and I was working South Central in LA and put it this way, not the nicest neighborhoods. And a couple of people that I knew from the warehouse and stuff, one day we're there, we heard it through the grapevine that one of the guys went in, got something to eat. When he came out, the guy went to rob him. He had 75 cents in coins. That's all he had. And the guy shot him, and killed him for 75 cents. The guy had 2 kids, a baby on the way, and after that I said, I'll just pull out a card. Here's my card. Here's my number. Go take out whatever the hell you want. Leave me alone. I'll let you take out whatever you can take out in one shot and then go on your merry way, because people will kill you for $1. Come on. Shit. Like I said, I'm not the most prudish person in the world. Do I believe that some people that create, that they deserve to die? Yes, there's some people on this planet, unfortunately, that deserve to die. Do they need to die because, you only had 75 cents or $1 to give them when they robbed you? No, I don't think so. But so that's all I carried was my card. I didn't even want, when I was working, that's all. Because I went down, we did Arco AMPMs, which I don't know if anybody has in Australia. They're gas stations, but they're like 7-Elevens, completely stocked inside with everything plus the gas station. And there's a million of them in Southern California. And I would go down to South Central at 3:00 in the morning, walking, down or something like that. So I carried my, at the time, either a 45 or a 9mm in my pouch. So everybody could see that, I wasn't the person to want to rob or go rob somebody that doesn't have a gun strapped to their side. Now, could the cops have screwed with me? Sure. Did they? No. They knew I was working. They left me alone.
You know what?
It was a different time back then.
That image of America, it's, for me, it goes back to John Wayne movies. Well, people walking down with a 6-shooter slapped to your side.
We had a run that we went to Phoenix, Arizona, to a chapter that was there. They had a party one time.
Good name for a song.
I was a prospect, and we went there, and that was the weirdest thing I'd ever saw, because I didn't really know, but their laws in Arizona was, as long as you had it in plain sight, strapped to your side, on the dash of your car, hanging from your back window or whatever, as long as it wasn't concealed, you could carry a gun. And everybody that I met when I went there had a regular Western 6-shooter shoved on their hip. And that's walking into stores and going to the 7-Eleven or whatever. So that was a little weird to see. And that reminded me of the Old West. But that's the way when I was growing up, it pretty much was. Cops didn't bother you that much. They let you do anything. Model 60 Smith & Wesson.
I can just imagine that. It'd be Robert, and Dave at the OK Corral.
Yeah. It was Tommy. It was something to see for me because I wasn't used to it in Southern California. Did 90% of the people that I know carry guns concealed? Yes, but wide open and on the hip like they allowed in Arizona. It was kind of caught me back for a second when I first got there. But there were a bunch of good guys. But you know what? Everybody was drinking, getting drunk. And do I think it's a good idea to have a gun strapped to your hip when you've drank a fifth of whiskey or something and some beers? And probably not. But no one pulled their guns out. No one shot anybody. So I guess it must have been okay. But it was fun. It was fun growing up in the time that I grew up in the 60s, late 60s, mid 70s was a bunch of fun in Southern California.
Oh, look, Australia, when I was in the 80s, when I was, 18, 19 years of age, and I came from very rural Victoria, very country Victoria. And I had rifles and shotguns openly displayed in the car. It was a completely different time. And then, of course, right. we had Australia's basically first serial killer back in the early 1990s down in Tasmania, which made headlines, and it completely changed the culture in Australia with firearms. I mean, I had legal firearms then, which were Mini 14 semi-automatic rifles. I had pump action shotguns. I had high capacity semi-automatic weapons, and all overnight they became illegal. You had to drop to a shotgun that had a capacity of no more than 3. You had to get rid of anything that was semi-automatic without a special permit.
When we were hunting, it was the same way with the shotguns here because they would hold 5, right? 5 in one chamber or something.
Yeah,
the shotgun.
I had a Browning pump action.
What we used to carry was a piece of wood in our pocket. We'd be out if someone was driving by, we'd just eject 3 and then slide that piece of wood down the hole in it, and then it would only take the 3 shells because I don't like to reload, and I didn't want to go to jail. But that was a long time ago. That was when I shot animals. I just don't do it anymore. I don't know why. When I was younger, I would kill anything. Didn't make a difference. And now when I became an old man, it's like if I run over a squirrel as I'm driving around the lake, a tear comes to my eye. So I totally changed. I don't know why.
Your attitude does. And look, you know what? I still have firearms in Australia, but look, my attitude to life has changed with my maturity. I mean, I was a big time hunter, and fishing.
We had a bloke
in Australia. We had a bloke in Australia who called Rex Hunt, and he was famous for had his own TV show, and he was a real larrikin. He was a real fair income Aussie, a lot like Johnny Siam, and he would catch a fish, and then he'd kiss it and throw it back in. I started adopting that, and I'm a freshwater fisherman. I love my trout because you sight them. I fly fish. You go out there and you hunt for the fish. But for decades and decades now, I've kissed my trout and then put them back into the water. And
I love eating.
Would you do that again with the bottle, Mark? Please. Okay, thanks, buddy.
But my mates who are Italian, Mamma mia, you're throwing back the fish. What are you doing?
I would bring them back. We had a little lake, obviously Bass Lake, right next to me. I would go over there all the time and troll for trout, on the lake. And they also had landlocked salmon, kokanee salmon, which are landlocked salmon. And I would catch the limit, and usually I would throw them back, except for 2 or 3, and then I'd bring them. But my wife would call me and say there's like
Yeah.
four
Me too,
people
dirty old
waiting
man.
at the house. 4 people waiting at the house
I
for you to
know.
bring fish home. So I would bring them home, and there was the Indian gals across the street, a lot of Indians, American Indians by where I lived in by Bass Lake up in Central California. But I enjoyed eating fresh trout, was good. And I don't have a problem with the fish, and I don't have a problem with killing and eating anything. If I'm killing something for food in whatever time it is, I need to kill something to eat, I got no problem. Nothing.
Yeah. Look,
Thank you very much for giving your life, and let me fry you up.
And look, I grew up on a farm where we slaughtered everything to feed the family. So,
Yeah.
but
Oh my word!
And I'll shoot deer because deer are classified as vermin, as a pest. I'll shoot foxes because they're vermin. When I was young, did I shoot long-tailed rabbits? You know, the ones that.
Dave, StreamYard.
Yeah, I did.
What happened? Oh,
Put the link up, please.
I
Gator
can do
Jake
that.
wants to come on.
Excellent.
Can he be trusted? I don't know if he can be trusted.
Yeah, he's a flasher. Have you ready
I'm
on
a
the
flash.
hit button?
There we go. Bass Lake. Yeah, I love it. I was 2 miles from Bass Lake.
Man, I've never been there,
where I
Robert
had
Mack.
my
I'd
house.
love to go. I would love to go.
It is a great place. I had a good time. And like I said, when we were growing up 5 hours away or 4 hours away in the San Fernando Valley, Bass Lake was where we went with my uncles. They took 2 to 3 weeks every year for vacations ever since I was like 10 years old. So driving to work and doing all the stuff up there, I drove by the lake and brought up just fond memories, because I have absolutely no bad memories of everything that we did as a family on Bass Lake growing up. I basically grew up there. And then my kids, when my wife and I got divorced, the wife from hell that had my children.
Oh wow!
She went up there, and my kids lived right up there in Korsgold, or right across the way. Who is that? Joe? Is Joe?
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, Bass Lake was great. If you get a chance, look it up on the map, and I put the link up to see that. Anybody who wants to come on.
I just had breakfast. What are you trying to do with that?
Did I do it? I don't know if I did it or not.
Like Hume. I thought before my flipping thing crashed, I thought Tyron said, "I only kill if I'm in anger." When I read that, I forgot to see the D there with my fuzzy eyes this morning. I was like, "Wow."
Not even.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Have you've been coming here for a while, both you guys, Mitch and Mark. Yeah, have you done any fishing, whether it be ocean fishing or any kind of freshwater?
No, I've never been to Thailand. It's all Photoshop and CGI.
Right, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Hey Jake, how you doing, my friend?
Hey Jake.
There he is.
I'm great. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right, great.
Bye.
I've been to a few fishing parks over the years. It was called deep sea fishing, but really wasn't deep sea fishing. It was just a outing on the boat. Yeah,
we went up to Seattle, by Seattle one time. Me and the wife.
I've done a lot of
salmon fishing up there. Yeah,
we had a good Astoria, and
we had a great time.
That. Yeah,
it was the first time my wife had ever caught any salmon.
Seward, Alaska, up there.
I wish I could have went to Alaska. I've never been. That's on my bucket list. I'd like to bring up a big halibut or something, or a big salmon.
My first king,
maybe someday.
I was 14 years old on the Kenai River. Was 44 pounds, and that was a small one.
Now, isn't it some kind of a relative of yours? Somewhat, she has or he has something up in Alaska, right? A place to go fishing.
My brother-in-law and my sister have
well, maybe I'll make it
fishing
someday
lodge.
then.
Yeah,
maybe I'll make it someday.
Okay, Alaska's a big state.
I'd like
I
to
can share that with you.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. Maybe we'll both go. Who knows? I know you probably want to see your sister one time.
The only way I can go is if I go to help them, because I can't afford the $4,000 a week just for the board.
Well, Mark, I'm trying to get Mark to buy me a elite visa, and so maybe I can get him to buy us $8,000 worth of
See you, Dello.
fishing too. Throw it on top. Let's see.
Just
Hey guys,
let me get my wallet.
That's awesome. yeah, that's a good one.
Go ahead, Jake.
I know I'm
gonna need a bigger
behind.
purse.
I know I'm way back on stuff. But Mark, where are you? What's going on with you? This doesn't look like your last.
No. So I'm.
Hey,
Where are you?
Hey,
Did you escape?
Yeah, I'm in Rayong. So I got let out of quarantine last Saturday, a day early, and Tom from Thailand Digital Nomad picked me up and went to Route 66, and then we came back into Jom Tiem where I met the man upstairs, the man, the myth, the legend.
You talking about? Are you talking about Mitch?
I am.
That was my
That
twin.
son of a Mitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Mitch.
Yeah.
And then he kindly drove me down to Rayong, which is about 45 minutes. So I've been here. So the last week, so I've been here for today's Sunday. Been here for a week and 1 day. So been to immigration where I've had to get a residency certificate. I've tried to open a bank, which is a little bit comical because Tom and great advice said better off go to Jom Tiem because they all speak English. So I went back to Jom Tiem, and of course I waited for an hour at the bank, and the cashier says in perfect English, "You live in Rayong?" I said, "Yeah." "So why are you opening an account here in Jom Tiem in a completely different province?" "Oh, because you speak perfect English." "Yeah, but you live in Rayong." "Oh, okay." So she said, because every time I take money out, I have a transaction from a bank in a different province, I'm subject to a 20 or 30 baht fee. And my mind just didn't click on. And I thought, oh, okay. So we came back because I'm thinking if I get cash, I use my Australian card, which gives me 100% of any international transaction fee back. So, 20, 30 baht in the scheme of things was nothing because I would never use the money to take money out anyway. It was only because I need to have an account. So I came back here to Rayong late on Friday night, and they didn't speak a word of English. So my missus, she did all the translating for me, and they said, "Oh, we don't know. We're going to have to check with head office. Come back next week." So, anyway, it might be back to Jom Tiem back to the bank. I don't know.
I opened
but that's
one.
me. I've been here, settling in. Jada settling in. Daughter's just showed up with a huge, great big bag of washing. That's the only time we see her when she needs to use the washing machine. So, but we're going to head off a little bit soon.
Physically,
she gets her Pfizer jab.
Mark, you're good. It sounds like you're in a great place, right? I mean,
Yeah.
You guys are doing great. So that's outstanding. That's really, I mean, outstanding. What I want to hear. God, I go through the same stuff with my in-laws and everything. All the gyrations of the of everything that you do when you're talking about transferring money and making things perfect. It's never perfect.
No. But this is Thailand. I go with the flow. Go to Jake. I learned that a long time. I learned that a long time ago. My partner here, my beautiful partner, she'll say something and she'll just assume that I knew exactly what she was talking about, and I'll look at her like a deer in the headlights.
I think we all know, Dave, and you
thing.
and Mitch.
Yeah.
I think we all understand that it's just, there's a certain amount of chaos involved that we can never eliminate the chaos. We've just got to manage the chaos, right?
That's it. That's all you got to do. You got to go with the flow.
Sorry about this. I have to reach in front here.
The funny thing
talk about
she
things
can
can
be
get
having
frustrating
three
here. Yesterday, I spent 2 hours trying to get a good screw. you know.
That
and
long.
I finally found it. I finally got
Found it.
I need 4 of them.
And it was only
Jesus.
1,000. It was only
I got the right
$1,000
one.
Jesus H tap dancing Christ Elwood. Oh my God.
It was
Are
only
you
$1,000.
serious?
No, I dropped my
$1,000.
screw. Oh no. Oh, I got it. Okay. But seriously,
You know, when
I did. Let me put it in front of my face.
When-
See it. That's
when
it.
I
right
went
there for
to
the bike.
Kamala, when I
Right.
first got here, I didn't have any problem at all. I went to Patong, got the piece of paper that said that, you know, about where I lived, walked right into Bangkok Bank. They gave me couldn't speak any Thai, nothing. I only been there 3 days. And they gave me a bank account. But when I did move, when I tried to make some transactions, they did charge me the 30 baht. I said, well, not that it's a big deal, but what is this? Because you have, I said, but it's the same bank. Yeah, but it's a different, you know, okay. What do we need to do? Well, you can close that or you can just open up another one. I said, well, I'll open up another one, you know. And so, but they did want me at that point to open up a second one. They wanted me to have a long-term visa, retirement visa, whatever, a 1-year deal. And then they opened up another one. And again, if you've got a partner, a wife, or somebody, or a friend, it makes things so much easier here in Thailand to just take them with you, you know, and just go with whatever they say. Yes, yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, yep. Oh, I got to come back tomorrow. Not a problem. Oh, this paper that you asked for yesterday that you don't need today, but you need this other one. Okay, I'll go get that. No problem. I'll be back tomorrow. But eventually you get done, you know, what you need to get done. Now, if you lose your cool and you start screaming and yelling, then you're not ever going to get anything. Who was that? Was that you?
Can you hear that? An ambulance just went past.
Yeah.
And the dog's howling at the ambulance. So I apologize.
What the actual fuck is that? What's going on?
We have a dog here, or a rat that pretends it's a dog, a chihuahua.
A chihuahua?
Let me lock and load. Jesus. Let me fucking blow the shit out of that.
He's too quick. He's too quick.
Sure
He's all over the place.
I'd kill that shit in New York second, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, definitely, Tommy. Definitely something's wrong.
Yeah, I like Tommy's thing too. If it takes 2 hours, there's something wrong. You're right, Tommy. But yeah, so and I don't know. Now, did you get your you already had your visa before you got here, right, Mark?
So yeah, I do. I have the OA retirement visa. So
who was working on theirs? Mitch was. Did you hear anything on yours, Mitch? Did you get yours back yet or no? No? What do they say? Do they say? Oh, okay. What's today? Sunday. Okay.
Sunday.
See, you guys.
I don't know.
I don't have any of this.
You don't have what, Gator?
I said I don't have any of this. You guys are the best. I don't have any of this because I'm still working like in the U.S. and stuff. So.
I don't know. It was the best thing that I ever did was retire and get the heck out of there.
Commiserations, Jake. Commiserations.
What is your plans anyway? Once you do retire, are you coming to Thailand or you staying in the U.S.?
Oh, well, so, jeez, it's like really complicated right now because I am the only living sibling for my mother, right? Okay. And my mother's having a lot of severe memory issues.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, and besides people moving, like wanting to move to Thailand, besides, I can't leave my grandkids or whatever, or my kids or whatever. Right. The second biggest that I hear from people is my mother and my father, who are now, if we're my age, are well into their late 80s, you know, and you know, that's their thing. I can't really leave right now because my mother's sick, my father's sick, and that kind of stuff. So that's the second biggest answer that I get to the question, how come you can't come to Thailand, and it's either their kids or grandkids, and next in line is my mother and my father. And I was lucky. My mom was in good, so I didn't really have to make that big of a decision. My brother lives right there within 3 miles of my mother's house, although he is moving, so we'll see. But I was kind of lucky. She was in good health at the time and stuff like that. She's having a little bit of issues now, but it is a hard thing. Like I said before, growing up, the bottom line, I'm a selfish bastard, so I if I'm going to go, I want to go, but if I can't really say that 100%. If my mom needed me right now, I'd be there on the next plane and I'd be sitting next to her side.
Yeah, I am pretty much that way, Dave. But like, I'm the only.
Yeah, you're it.
Yeah, she doesn't
I'm the only existing sibling, but
yeah.
But the thing was, I didn't sign up to like be your babysitter until I'm 80.
It's tough, man. In that particular instance, I saw my aunt who had what you're talking about, and I loved her to death. She was almost like my mother because my uncle and her both passed away. My uncle passed away really young, but my mother was a waitress, a single mother, and they had 7 children. So I got shoved over with my aunt when my mom went to work at 6 a.m. in the morning. So I damn near thought that my aunt and my uncle were my mother and my father for the longest time. So when she went, it was really sad to see. The last time that I saw her, it was she came up to my house with my cousin, and they came up and spent 2 days. And every 2 seconds she would ask me, "Is this your house, Dave?
Shut the fuck up, Mark.
Is this your house?" And I would say, "Yeah, it's my house." He goes, "Do you have snakes here?" So, "Yes, Aunt Angie, we have steaks." 10 minutes later, she'd ask me the same question. But I loved her so much because, first off, I was happy that she remembered at least who I was. So that was a good plus. Made me feel good. But I felt bad for her. She was a strong woman her whole life, but she was in her late 80s, I think, and she only lasted, I want to say, 2 years like that, I think. And my cousin who was born, she's 4 or 5 years older than me, but we were both born on the same day, December 22nd. I was kind of like her baby. She took care of her mother. She was the only girl in the 7 kids, and she took care of her mother flawlessly for the last 2-3 years, maybe even longer. But she did a good job, so that helped out a little bit. But when you're the only sibling, that's a tough situation. That's a tough situation.
So, Mr. Mitch went through some of this, I believe, recently, and Mitch, I don't mean to put you on the spot or anything. So if you
I've been thinking about. No,
but you and I had some discussions. Geez, probably 8 months ago, 10 months ago, about some of this stuff because we kind of we're the Mitch and I are the same age. I mean, we just live the same stuff. Feather. And
I'll tell you what, if it was to happen to me, let's say, God forbid, something happened to my brother and my mother needed to be taken care of, you know where I'd bring her? Right freaking here with my mother-in-law and my wife, who would take care. She already told me she'd change my diapers. The Thai people are so family oriented and respect and take care of anybody older than them. It's probably what I would do, because I wouldn't want to leave and go back there and leave my wife. So I would have to bring my mother to Thailand and take care of her. And that's a little selfish on my part.
Your mindfulness is right here. It's guys like us, Mark, Mitch, me, and the rest of the crew that would just, if to keep you engaged and everything. So from that,
I got to run, guys. Sorry to interrupt. I just noticed the time. I'm a little late.
Adios, arrivederci, maslama saudi cup, and you say,
cheers, Mitch.
See you later, Mitch.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll continue this discussion next time.
Yeah. I'm going to go another
Thanks,
half hour or so anyway.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take it easy, brother. All right.
Yeah, and I probably got to bail anyway. But my point is that.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let's all say goodbye. Everybody's saying goodbye to Mitch. We still got 21.
So my point is that I mean I think that at the end of the day,
Joe travels.
There's a lot that we can do for each other, and that
easy,
we can continue to do.
Yeah, hopefully, it's just tough because, like I said, I'm a little bit on the selfish side. Could I abandon my mother? No way. When I did come to Thailand, like I said, and she's still okay, but she's going to need a little extra stuff going on here, I think, coming shortly. And I want to say she's 80. God, I'm horrible. 88 or 89, I think. And she always, up until the last year or so, she's been right on the top of her game. So it came on pretty quick. Still drives now up until about maybe a couple of weeks ago. In fact, I'm going to call her after I get off the street. I always forget to call her, but you have to, like I said, if they're leaving, if they're in okay condition and you're leaving them, or you don't want to leave because you just want to be around for them, that's your prerogative. When my mother was okay, I was out. Boom, see ya. I want to go on and want to live life now. Where when I maybe 3 years ago now, maybe I wasn't in such a great place in my mind and what I wanted to do. But now I know that I want to live life, and I want to live it here in Thailand, live out my days. I'm going to die here in Thailand. That's just the way it's going to go. Hopefully it'll be 20 years before it happens. But as long as I got my faculties and I can still move around, I want to live, and I want to live my life.
Yeah, I hope it's more than 20, Dave, because I really like you. Please,
my wife will agree with you.
Please don't die anytime soon. Hey guys, Mark. Oh my God, Mark's got a little wiggler. What do you got there? What do you got? Is that your puppy?
That's a Chihuahua.
It's a rat that pretends it's a dog. It's crazy. I'm going to have to say goodbye as well, because we're going off for the daughter is getting her first Pfizer jab today as part of the school program.
Yes.
So we're all going to go. So I've had hair dryers going off. I've had washing machines. I've had dogs. It's been crazy. So
yeah, you need a hair dryer like you need a 16 ass.
I don't, but hair down to someone's bum certainly does.
All right.
Yeah, no worries.
So hey, you know Mark. Something? This one of the great things is I always love this community that we have here, Dave, that you created.
Yeah, it is.
And we come in and we can do what we do.
What happened to Brock?
Brock had to get going. He had shit going on.
He's not done there. He says see you. He must be.
He had internet issues before, so maybe.
Is that what it was?
You can have you can have the token Aussie back.
But the thing is,
I thought he was making meatballs, or the wife was making meatballs.
No, but here's the thing: it's all good. It's all good, and thank you very much, Dave, for giving us this.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. It gives me it's a highlight of my days. I wish I had more highlights, but all the people on here are great people. I'm lucky, and we didn't have anybody coming in and trying to pee on our parade.
Mark's got a shirt that's more stretched out than my tank top. But God damn it, I love them.
So here not that.
Thanks, Nicky.
I've got to work this out. We have all religions covered here. Not that she's
I see that.
Not that she's superstitious in any way.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see up at the top of the stairs, in between the two upstairs bedrooms. There's an area there that she wants to make a Buddhist little offering something or other. So I'm curious to see what that's going to be, because in the corner of the yard we're going to have the stuff, but I don't know. I'm glad you could make it too, Nikki. I know it's in the morning. I'm going to try doing a live stream at like 8:00 at night my time, just for the hell of it. I'd like to see if I can get more people from the UK, because not everybody's like you, Nikki. You're going to stay up till 3:30, 4:00 in the morning. But and I'm glad that you do. But
go hopping. I'd love to join one. I'd love to actually be online when you have a live stream. But the ones that I've missed, you're on too late for me, man. I'm an old bugger.
Where's Goko hopping at? Is he in Bangkok?
Bangkok.
That's what I thought.
So he's had some. He's got. He was saying before he has his channel constantly being deleted. I don't understand, because he has some really good content. And I've seen a couple of his interviews. He had Warren on a while ago and interviewed Warren about ink, about tattoos and stuff. So that was interesting. And I made a comment on that. But he's had a couple of others where he's been talking to.
Next time, because you're pretty buddy with him. Ask him next time if he'd be interested in coming on and rapping with us on one of these one day, if he's interested.
Yeah.
I like him. He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. I like Warren. He's
you guys talking about Warren Curtis?
Yeah, Warren Gertie. Wazza and Shania.
Yeah, I'd like to have him come on and rap with us one day. I go on there. I try to make it pretty much every week, don't I? I'm usually there. I really like the guy. I give him kudos for
I've had some side discussions with Warren. I'll tell you what, man. That guy, he's a very, very interesting individual.
Yeah, he is.
And his relationship with his
absolutely, Nikki,
wife, and
his wife,
just
anytime you want, Nikki.
He's one of those persons that if you want to have something that like is a really great discussion that doesn't have anything to do with, like, I don't know, sports or anything, bring Warren on and have him talk about his whole Waza situation. And
I give him
he's
kudos,
awesome.
Man. Yeah, I
he's
give him
awesome.
kudos.
He's awesome.
Easy.
He's very well rounded. You can have a discussion with Warren about anything. And I've got to say that he has helped me immensely. I mean, we talk a lot offline. He runs his own channel on a platform called Discord, and he is there. Sometimes I think he's there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He's like my personal help.
Anytime, dirty old man.
You're right, Mike. He's fucking there like 24/7, 365.
Oh, Siri.
Please repeat what you said.
Sorry, Siri. But he sent me all the forms I need, and through Warren's channel, I've got to know a whole lot. Rob,
Apologies.
I apologize on behalf of Siri.
Jesus H. Tap dancing Christ. Come on, Mark.
But now, Wazza's been good and introduced me through Wazza. I've met Andy Stubbs. I've met Johnny Siam, and I've met those guys in person. That was through Warren's channel. And everybody else. Mr. Mitch, probably through Wazza's channel. A bloke in Wahin who's been absolutely fantastic supporting for me as well through Wazza's channel. I love the guy. I think he's
and I'd like to, and I almost right at the end of the one yesterday, I got through the Discord thing, and I was just getting ready to put in my phone number and get verified and whatever, and he ended his stream. So next time when it goes on, I will go in there and try to get on there, and then at least maybe when I get on there, because I'd like to talk to him heads up. It's hard because I have to think in my own brain what comes out my mouth. I don't want to be offensive in any way, but he does seem to answer. He's not afraid to answer anything. Thick skin.
He's got a thick skin. He's got a thick skin.
Because, it's got to be a tough thing to do. I mean, I don't care who you are. It's just got to be something. I would think that would be tough. It would be tough for me. I shouldn't say for everybody, but it would be tough for me. But well, maybe what we'll do is, it's been an hour and 15 minutes. We jumped down to 12 people. Maybe we'll end this thing now, since Mark's going to leave anyway, and Gator's going to go. Maybe we'll just end it here at an hour and 15 minutes. And I got to go over to the house anyway. So maybe we'll do that. I want to thank everybody again for coming. I love this channel.
We can look at Discord in a week or two, Dave. Possibly.
What's that?
We can look at Discord in when you're coming here in about 6 months.
Yeah. So, yeah, we could do it. I think all I had to do was punch in my phone number, get verified, and I think I would have got to go in. I don't know for sure, because I don't know anything about the Discord. But I just, for some reason, I don't know. There's some people like Richard of Richard Travel. I really like the man. I think he's a good guy. In fact, like I said, I was watching.
Richard is like great.
There was one channel that I was watching that I don't watch anymore now, and the reason that I don't watch anymore was I was on his channel, and I put he was wondering why in his time slot that he was losing views and stuff, and I went on, and I don't usually talk that much, but I put that maybe because Richard Travel changed his time to Saturday mornings, our time here in Thailand, and he came on and said, "Hey, got to love Thailand. I just want to let you know I don't talk about this guy. I don't like that guy. I don't blah, 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 blah." And I went on. I said, "Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know." He goes, "It's okay." And I said, "Yeah, it's okay too." And I unsubscribed, because if you can't get along with Richard, there's something matter with your brain. Yeah, the guy's got to be one of the nicest guys that I've met on YouTube. So anyway, but the people that we have on here are all great. I always have a good time. And I think I'll leave it at that unless anybody.
I do have some problems
got anything to say,
Brock, but we'll leave that for another time.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Okay.
And one more person who.
I'm just kidding.
Robert.
Brock,
go ahead, Mark.
Great.
Well, I was going to say one more person I'm happy to call an acquaintance, yet not to meet, but hopefully meet in the next couple of months, is Robert Mack.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I saw him
Robert
on he's been a supporter of Warren's channel for a long time as well. So,
and he keeps threatening to come, but I think he's going to be here by the end of the year. I think. Yeah, I'm hoping, because
Robert Mack
he's my in for Vietnam. When I go to Vietnam, and when Mitch said he wanted to go to Vietnam, Robert Mack, I want to be the one to take us there around for a couple of days, which he's already agreed to, by the way. In case he tries to back out.
He's at Suvarnabhumi Airport now. No,
but because I'm looking forward to it, and I talked to Mitch the other day and said, you need to get your, I've only got one page left in my passport, and I've been threatening to do it, and now I was going to mail it in. I'm, had people hammering me, don't procrastinate, get it done. And now I'm going to be traveling to in Thailand. That's not the time to be without my passport. So I'm going to keep my passport. When I get back, I'm going to mail the thing off to the embassy and get a new passport.
Does this mean the same thing in Thai that it means in England, Australia, and America? Like, start to wind it up. I'm getting a lot of this.
All right, guys. Daniel just came in. Daniel Da, how you doing, man? Tommy, Robert, Chris, Nikki, of course. Thank you guys for coming. Thanks for all the support. It's been another great day. So I think maybe a couple days. So maybe Monday, Tuesday.
You get your freedom. I think New South Wales is Freedom Day shortly. Victoria a month later. Brock.
And I'm planning on.
He's in a different country. So.
I can say this date anyway, but I think I want to come back, even if I come by myself, to that fireworks thing in Pattaya.
Yeah,
November 26th, 7th.
23rd, 26th.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to come for a couple of days on that, probably just by myself, just to visit everybody. So I'll be back then. So,
Me and
All
the
right,
gang
guys.
will be there. So
I will. There's Chris.
There is a take part
Andy.
over your pen yet, but it's difficult.
We'll see. I guess Chris has been here, and I probably missed him.
Tomorrow
All right,
for New
David.
South
David,
Wales,
I
well
will
down.
see you.
Thank you, David.
All right,
Excellent
guys.
news.
You guys have a good one, and I will catch you on the next one.